Hello, everybody. It's me, AJ Hart. Welcome to Spiritual Successor, a comedy video game design podcast. I'm your host, AJ, and I'm joined by the biggest dork in the universe.
Oh my goodness!
Is that what you wanted?
Dude, your voice was so high pitched and distorted. My phone literally noise gated it. So Whoa. I just heard. Yeah, you just sounded like Taco from my brother. No, not my brother and my brother and me. The other thingy.
The Adventure Zone.
The Adventure Zone. Yeah, you sounded like Taco, and my phone just was like, nah, not a fan of.
Whoa, no Taco fans from your phone, huh?
No, I run Android. Android notoriously hates the McElroys. I don't know what the McElroys did, but they did something.
Android specifically?
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, everybody. My name is Blake. I am one of your co-hosts. This is Spiritual Successor. We design really bad, really fun, really awful, really like copyright infringement video games that make you hoo and ha and give you the good gaffs.
Blake, how you been this week?
I am fucking excellent, to be completely frank with you. Permission to like brag a little bit. Permission
brag
to like
on me, dog. Let me hear those brags,
bro. So my move is done. I'm living with my uncle right now, and my uncle, super cool guy, super fun guy. Traveled the world, really, really cool, really worldly. But he's also a fucking bodybuilder. So like every day I wake up and he's just like giving me new tips on just like things to do. And like he built a diet plan for me. He built an exercise regimen for me. He also like, I did this really, I will say this was really weird and I was really skeptical on it, but like research says like it's pretty accurate. So you go to this thing called, it's called NutriShop. It's like a vitamin store for...
It already sounds like bullshit.
For a hunky bro. I mean, you can go there and get protein powder and creatine. Like those things have been proven.
Those things are normal.
Those things are normal. But you know, like the pre-workout weird shit. I don't know. I don't believe. I'm not familiar with that. But for those outside the States, NutriShop is like it's just a vitamin shop where you go and you buy like exercise stuff, electrolyte powders and all these things.
It's where you get your extra good Gatorade and your extra good Pedialytes.
Yes, 100%. But they also have a turn of the century style World Fair ass device in the very back of the store that you stand on and you hold like these handles, these prods. You literally have to be like, hey, take your shoes and socks off.
Does it have the little fat shaker?
No. It's not like that. It's not like a 1950s style like made up fat shaker thing. It is a platform that has electrodes for your feet and electrodes for your hands, and you have to stand on it. And I guess it sends like electrical waves through you, and it can just tell everything about your weight, your fat ratios, what is your basic what is your engine run at, like your metabolic rate of like, hey, what do you casually burn just sitting on your ass playing Oblivion?
What?
It's fascinating, and like the whole time I'm just standing there and I'm just thinking, this feels like a rigged carnival game.
It sounds like a rigged carnival game, Blake.
Like step right up and I can guess your weight or whatever. You know, that thing. It literally felt like that thing. But then
stand right here on this conveniently shaped square box, and I'll tell you exactly how much you weigh.
Yeah,
with my magic.
With my mind powers. But it then spits you out a printout and also connects you to an app, because everything has to have a fucking app these days. It gives you a printout and it talks about like, hey, what does each of your limbs weigh? What does your body weigh? How much like visceral fat do you have versus like your body fat?
Doesn't sound real. This sounds like fake bullshit. This sounds like Jim Bro Scientology.
The first thing I did is after I got off of that machine, I went and I researched it, and like, no, it's like a legit thing. It feels stupid. I felt stupid standing on it, but like it just told me so many details about myself of like, oh wow, I really need to work on that. I'm only 60%. I was like 50% hydrated. Normally you need to be at least 60% hydrated. It was bizarre. It was so bizarre. But
I don't think that saying you don't drink enough water is, I mean, like, I'm glad it called you out on it, but I don't think it's a very, like, that's an easy one to guess.
I mean, I guess, sure. I don't know. It's
Most people are underhydrated. I don't want to be a hater. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be a hater.
We aren't hydrated. We aren't in our lane. We're not moisturized. I'm sure as shit not moisturized. Got to work on that.
So this machine told you everything that your uncle was telling you, and now you believe it?
I think so. I mean, it's not like he was giving me bad advice. He was just like, basically what it boils down to is just everybody likes to overcomplicate. Like for context, by the way, I'm trying to lose like 40 pounds. I'm like the heaviest I've ever been.
40? That's a lot of dude to shave off.
Not really though. Like it's kind of crazy. I did the math. I have like, all right. This is going to sound really nerdy. I have an Excel sheet now that tracks like my calorie intake to like my protein intake versus my daily burn.
Oh, you're getting into this.
Yeah, 100. Like I'm down the rabbit hole of. Like,
I guess this is what happens when you have like a bodybuilder uncle, right? Like he's probably helped you set up this whole sheet.
No, I just built the sheet myself. He
built
the diet plan for me and everything. And he's also like, it literally, when he looked at my sheet, it's like literally all of my stats are very similar to his, to how like our weight is distributed and all that stuff. I mean, it makes sense. Like we're blood, so like he's my mom's brother. So I'm very much built like his dad. You know, my grandfather.
You guys are shaped generally similarly.
Yeah, and and he's shredded. He's fucking shredded at like 44, 45. So it's like, all right, you know what? I think this plan could work, So
are you on your bodybuilder arc?
I think I'm on my weight loss arc. I'm not on a bodybuilder arc yet. I just want to prove to myself that like, all right, I want to lose this weight. I want to be a hot Warhammer gamer boy. And start an OnlyFans. So those are just simple things. You know what I mean? Just simple goals that anybody could have.
Anybody can be shredded. Literally half the people who are shredded are shredded. So like anyone could do that.
Half the people who are shredded are shredded?
Yeah, at least half. Yeah. At least half of the people that we would qualify as shredded are shredded.
I think it's guaranteed half, I like your math though. No, it's just like, in all seriousness, it's just like, yeah, there's some bullshit I'm like, I don't buy into. Like there's that idea of just like, yeah, you could survive on like just meat, on just raw protein and meat and stuff. And I'm like, nah, man, I like veggies. I like a good bell pepper. I like rice. I like veggies.
You know what fucked me up and gets me like kind of interested in going through a whole gym arc, Blake?
What?
It's a little trick that nobody tells you about. So whenever I have to go to the pharmacy, I have to stand in like the little pharmacy aisle. And so like the pharmacy aisle runs through all of the like athletic like protein powder stuff. And I'm looking at all the protein powder and I'm like, hey, hold on, wait a minute. This is a big jug of, let me check that, breakfast peanut butter, nutter butter milkshake. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty crazy. And then I look at the next box. It's like, it's a huge big jug of like Oreo milkshake powder for Oreo milkshakes first thing in the morning. And I'm like, whoa.
Are you talking about butter the Ghost or Oreos? Brand,
and then I keep scrolling and I'm like, this one's strawberry and chocolate breakfast protein powder. And I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. You're telling me that if you go to the gym all the time, you get to have yummy milkshakes every day?
Dude,
you get a daily milkshake if you go to gym?
That has
I didn't know that sweet treats were part of the routine.
That has been my morning routine every day. And I'll be real with you, it's kind of replaced my coffee. Like I've been
a little milkshake in the morning every day.
Yeah. I have two flavors that kill right now. I have like one Costco brand chocolate whey powder, fucking delicious. The other one I got when I went and got on the Carnival Barker machine. I ended up getting like a chai latte flavored one. And it's so good.
Now you get chai latte milkshakes every day you work out.
Yeah, dude, and it's like a fucking 130 calories, and you get.
I don't care about the numbers about it. I care about the vibes of it all. You get a milkshake and then you go work out. That's awesome. I don't care about the math. I care about the fact that there's a sweet treat involved.
And it's
I'm so food motivated. Cheap. The fact that there's a milkshake involved makes me be like, well, hold on, wait. I go to gym, I get a milkshake.
Dude,
I could go to the gym for a milkshake.
I just go on the treadmill for like half an hour a day. And it's like I'm already...
Well, you get the milkshake because you did the workout. You earned the milkshake.
Yeah, I mean,
is the milkshake a promise to work out, or is the milkshake a reward for working out yesterday?
No, that's breakfast, dude. That's
breakfast. What if you don't work out? Have you cheated? How bad have you messed up if you have the milkshake and don't work out?
Not at all. My
Not
breakfast.
at all?
I'm looking at my Excel sheet. If I have the shake with the other stuff I like to put in it, it's only 353 calories, which is below like your 500 calorie a meal deficit thing.
Yeah.
It's 54 grams of protein and only has 14 things of sugar. That's less than a cup of coffee, dude. Not calorie wise, but sugar wise, it's less than a cup of coffee. Isn't that wild? Isn't that just that's bat shit? Super crazy.
I don't know.
Super
I
cool.
watched Super Size Me when I was a youth, so I feel, and then like was told that Super Size Me was crazy bad. So like I don't know how much I distrust sugar.
You just
is sugar like is sugar really that evil for you, or is it high fructose that's evil for you?
I mean, it depends on the sugar. There's like natural sugar, there's processed sugar, like bell peppers. They have like 3.7 grams of normal ass sugar in them, or any fruit. It's just like the processed sugar that's in like yogurts, or I think sugar's also added to milk. I think.
So what food are you having to give up forever?
Now
that you're on this health journey, is there like something that you're looking at it and you're like, oh no, I have to give up the Costco hot dog?
No, I'm not giving up anything. I'm just like being
That's
smarter.
my boy.
I'm just being smarter in like what I assign to the breakfast, lunch, and dinner thing. And with that, being that smart, or not being that smart, but being
smarter than most people, and also more fit than most people. You get to make these calls.
No, just being more conscientious. It's just like, dude, I'm gonna be 30. I want to like go into my 30s, fucking healthy. And I want to visit every national park. I want to climb some mountains. I want to like scream at some dudes on COD and like not get winded. These are just goals. Like,
That's true. It is really embarrassing to go into a real gamer moment and then be panting afterwards.
Yeah, this is all I'm saying, man, is if you have to have good cardio to be toxic. Like that's what it boils down to.
That's so wise. You're so wise. Whoa, I can't believe it. You're so wise and smarter and built better and more fit than everyone else. Blake.
Yeah. I'm happy you are take note. You are the first of many who will realize that about me, buddy.
Whoa.
Like I'm very happy about that.
I wish you a lot of luck on your big muscle journeys.
Enough about how cool and great I am. How cool and great are you? What are you up to?
Blake, I have my phone back. There was a little mini arc I had to go through. I don't know if I've talked about it on the pod yet. I lost my phone for like 2 weeks there. Oh my God, that was a nightmare kind of at first, actually.
Yeah, you basically got removed from the world as we know it.
I was so unplugged. And the worst part about losing your phone is like, you'll be like, yeah, I lost my phone at a bar. And people will be like, did you call the bar? It's like, yeah, bud, with what, huh?
Your house phone that we all still have, we all still have house phones. Yeah, dude, dog, like if you lose your phone, it's like you got to ask a friend for something. It's like
you got to ask a friend for something. And the thing that I also noticed was like how many utility things are on the phone that you don't even think about. Like calculator on the phone, maps on the phone, the clocking in, clocking out tool for my job on the phone, my work group
really? You have to clock
on the
in
phone
via your phone?
Yeah, we have an app that we use. I was able to log into a computer and use like the computer client, but the computer client is worse and breaks, and the app doesn't.
But it's still like, okay, so you were still able to get your hours. Yeah, that.
Yeah. But like clocking on and clocking off from breaks was really problematic because it would break, and then I would have to go to my manager and be like, "Hey, you have the app. Can you fix my hours?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, sure, I got you, AJ."
Yeah, dog, I got you. I'll put you.
It was weird.
Cuts 2 hours out of your paycheck.
But something that did happen was that I realized that I managed to finish an entire book during that 2 weeks that I had no phone.
Yo, what book did you read?
I finished the Imperial Infantryman's Handbook, a whole little book about Warhammer. I might have mentioned that I finished that book recently. But that was
that for you.
I powered through that during the no phone times. So now I have my phone back. And I want to keep all of that time still. The time that I was discovering I had because I wasn't scrolling all the time.
Yeah, bro, just delete everything except Instagram.
That's kind of exactly what I did. I also did delete Instagram. No, I'm operating. My phone has no more feeds on it. Like Reddit, Instagram, Blue Sky, anything with a feed that like you could end up stuck scrolling on forever, it is no longer on my mobile device.
Mm-hmm. I'm fascinated that people get stuck on Reddit of things because like anytime I go to Reddit, it's more of like a search engine for me of like I want an answer to something specific and somebody talked about it and then boom, I'm done.
That's
like,
how I used to be with Reddit, but after the API thing, like half the subreddits that I was in like disappeared. So then it just kind of became a scrolling tool. Look, the suggested posts and like, oh, you visited this subreddit once before. Here's another post from that subreddit. It's an effective tool. It keeps me on there.
Nah, doesn't work on me. My brain is too soft for that.
Whoa. Immune to all marketing.
Yeah, me. I'm marketing immune.
But yeah, now I just have like wanting to keep all that time. I was like, and having done the accidental social media detox for 2 weeks, I was like, I don't think I want any of these things on here. So now now I get bored of my phone way more often, which is kind of cool. When's the last time you did that, Blake? You sat down, you're like, I'm going to sit down. You take your phone out instinctively and you start scrolling, but then, no scrolling. And so you do like your 3 check marks that you have on your phone, texts, emails, maybe check your bank account. And then I'm done with it. Like I'm legitimately bored with my phone. I have nothing else to do with it.
See, my doom scrolly thing right now, and I know you don't have to deal with this because you're in a lovely, awesome relationship with a very loving partner. My doom scroll's like just Tinder, dude.
You're
like,
hitting the apps.
Yeah, man. Like I'm not on Instagram too much. Like I'll check it periodically throughout the day, but like
uninstall the apps and go play Warhammer. Go be a member of your community with those.
I am also doing that. I am doing that. But it's like, dude, I'm like, I get home and I'm like, I lay down on my bed and I'm just like, I just instinctively pull my phone out and just like, I wonder what people.
See, that's the thing. I got nobody now. Now I don't pull out my phone instinctively. I get home and if I do that, I look at my phone. I'm like, that got boring. I guess I better go do dishes or do laundry or finish reading this book that I'm reading. I picked up a new book.
The thing that's difficult about it is because you and I are also content creators. We are people that a lot of our content is about what's going on online. And like for me personally, like Love, Death, and Dice, it is about staying plugged in to like what's going on in the Warhammer community, what paint jobs, what models are people
There is a zeitgeist you got to keep part of.
Yeah, to some degree. So it's like I'm okay with sacrificing that because I am using... It's not like that time is like, I'm watching a bunch of cooking videos, but I'm not applying any of that cooking knowledge. Like, it's not like that, you know? It's like, that's a really cool, like, here's this person that painted their whole orc army in like a comic book style. That's rad. That's cool. Keep that in the back pocket. You know,
hey, if you're able to keep that relationship with social media, good on you, man. I was not. I would just be sitting there scrolling.
Dude, it's easy to become. That's why I left X. That's why I left Facebook. I don't go on Facebook anymore. Shout out to the people of our generation. They're still making posts on Facebook. Every now and again, I log into Facebook just to see if I missed any messages or anything. And like, I'll see our buddy. I'll just see him still active on Facebook, just making posts and
still posting. We still have folks out there.
Like,
Facebook still has life in those.
This is where your audience is at. That's so
there's still blood in those
crazy.
stones.
It's still crazy to me. Crazy to me. All right. Any gaming news you want to talk about before we go into our gaming stuff?
Oh, I've been playing Bastion.
That's right, because you're doing it for the group's book club. How much
for all my homies' book club? So me and a bunch of homies have decided to start doing a little gamer book club to sit down and chew on some games that we might have missed, old catalog stuff, and just share a couple other indie developers. And the game that we got set up with this month is Bastion. Hey, this game's really charming.
Yeah. I love the music. The music is one of my favorite elements of that game. Also, just the characters are just like really cute, kind of awkward, but also like a little rambunctious.
Those characters are a little bit awkward. Wait, have you played Bastion before?
Yeah, remember I was telling you when you mentioned that your book club was jumping into this, is like I played all the way like years ago on my PlayStation Vita.
Whoa.
Yeah. And like I remember going through it for a while. And it was fun. It was charming. But then I guess I just fell out of it because I was not keeping up with it. I think I got my brain got other games on the mind.
When this game came out, it would have been like during your like high school, college era, and I know you personally as a human being, and I know that back then you had a real big problem with rolling credits on stuff.
I still do, but yeah, especially then, yeah, like just like reading Scott Pilgrim, finishing any video game, just not wanting things to be over, just like a weird aversion to it. Yeah,
it's really cool to go back and see what Supergiant was doing before Hades and before Transistor and before Pyre. I think that this game is most similar to Hades, but unlike Hades, this is Supergiant not having 2 years straight of just dialing in what good combat can and should feel like. Mm-hmm. And so what you end up with is this incredible team doing really clever ways of narrative structure and really clever ways to bring the audience into their story.
Yeah.
Phenomenal set dressing, a narrator that's telling the player what's happening in the story, but from a perspective that's disconnected enough that the narrator can't tell you anything about the main character.
Yeah. So you're still like, they're just describing the objective things in front of them. I remember that. And kind of had that, just a really fun drawl to their voice.
Yeah, so the narrator will be like, the kid had a hard time dealing with the loss of their friends. And you're like, I don't know exactly what that means, but I get the vibe of it. Like, I get that he had a hard time, but I don't know how that personified in that character at the scenes that I'm walking through. Mm-hmm. The catch is, of course, that, like I mentioned before, this is before this team had 2 years to dial in what good combat felt like. And so the combat in this game is a little bit dated. I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's bad.
No, I would. I think that I remember that being something like a big turnoff for me. It was just like, I remember I loved the story elements, but I found myself kind of getting through the combat arenas. Just being like, I'm ready to get to the next scene. I was just more interested in that.
I think where the cracks really started to show for me on the combat was that inside the game, there's a couple little like secondary levels you can do where you test out the weapons, but the weapons tests don't feel very satisfying to do. Mm-hmm. And I think that was the moment where I was like, okay, there's still some clunk here. Like there's a weapons test where it's like, oh, kill all of these dudes in enough time limit. But the dudes that you're trying to kill are enemies that specifically run away. And so you're trying to use a tossable weapon to hit an enemy that's just moving too fast.
There's a lot of dead time, if I remember correctly. And for those at home, just for context, this is my opinion, but I think it's pretty succinct. It feels like a slower version of what Hades plays like. It is like you walk into a room, do a bunch of beat 'em ups. There's a bunch of things you can interact with. But it's just that, but like with like tank controls. Bastion's like plays like chunkier, slower.
I think it's mostly just that the block doesn't feel good and the dash doesn't feel like it gives you enough momentum, and enemies don't telegraph that they're going to attack in a way that feels nice. Again, it's not bad. It definitely has room to grow, but that team went on to grow and do Hades, which everybody can agree is like a phenomenally built game.
Yeah.
But I don't think that this game's like something where you can just be like, oh, well, it aged poorly, move on. Like, don't go back and play it.
There's still plenty. The
crafting here is so good. Shout out Supergiant. I know I'm the first one to say it. This team does good stuff.
If we're shouting out game studios, can I shout out one that I'm just like...
Only if you're playing a video game from them.
I've played multiple video games from these guys.
Active.
Huh?
Oh, active, playing. Played doesn't count around here.
I am playing one of their games right now. I'm playing Frostpunk 2, and a bunch of their other games are on my wish list. Okay. It's 11-bit studios. They're the people behind Moonlighter, the people behind Frostpunk, The Invisible, Indica, which like won some. I think that won Best Presentation at the Game Awards last year. Fucking sweet. I sent you a trailer to two of their. Actually, I only sent you a trailer to one of them, but their two newest games that are coming right now. By the way, we're getting another
We're getting Moonlighter 2. I'm so excited about Moonlighter 2.
Super fun, super hyped about that. They have another game called The Altars coming out, where it's like a sci-fi survival game where the only people you interact with are clones of yourself. It's like Mickey 17.
There's a demo for Moonlighter 2 available right now.
Yeah, and I think they also have a demo out for the other game by them that I'm really hyped for. Oh no, it's already out. No, what? Why did it take me to that? Interesting. Okay, so...
Oh, because it's Steam Next Fest right now. That's what's going on here.
Oh, that's so weird. Okay, their links are strange right now. Okay, it's called Death Howl. It's a deck building game, but it's like plays like a Souls-like game. And I have no idea what that means. The art looks spectacular. The design of all the characters is just super fucking cool. Has that tinge of horror to it. I am stoked for it. I cannot wait to play that, and I will definitely be talking about it on the show. But yeah, the Steam event's going on right now. Yeah,
we should play some of these demos.
Next Fest. What demos are going on right now? Damn, dude, you just want to like stop. All Will Fall has their demo out. Oh fuck, I'm so excited for that. Oh, dude, so are you familiar with All Will Fall at all?
No, what is All Will Fall?
Okay, so it's a city builder game, but it's all physics based. So you have to the world has been flooded, and you are building a water world like style city that needs to survive like the weather conditions of the ocean. And build out your community, build out your like your systems, and like I'm so excited.
This seems neat.
Yeah, it's by the publisher of Tiny Build.
Whoa, they've done Tiny Build.
Mm-hmm. They did. Oh my God, what are some of the bigger games?
They did Hello Neighbor apparently.
Yes, Hello Neighbor is one of their bigger ones. There's another game of them that I really liked, and I'm blanking on. They didn't do. They did. Yes, Pathologic. That's the other one. I was
okay.
Of.
They published Pathologic.
Yeah, they did Pathologic too, and I'm just like, ooh. Oh, also they did Happy's Humble Burger Barn. If you were familiar with that, the craze that did, that created.
Never heard of it.
It's like a big horror game that Markiplier made famous, like many other horror games of that ilk. But bro, dude, I'm so excited. This is so cool. Like, hey, once you're done with this pod, go do some
video games. They're still coming out.
They're still coming out.
Speaking of video games coming out, Blake.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about some fake video game ideas?
The Oily Depths? Is this just a straight fucking rip of... Oh my God, it totally is. I just found a fucking Iron Lung clone called Oily Depths.
That's so funny.
That's so... Oh, man, I kind of want to play it, though. AJ, we design fake video games here. If you, at home, want to give us some video games, go check us out on pretty much... I know AJ's flocking away from the social media platforms out there, but that does not mean we are being any less active on them. Give us a shout, or we do game submission posts every week on what day, AJ? What day do we do it?
Ideally on Thursdays, though our schedule's been a little bit scuffed lately. I'll probably throw up a submission request tomorrow, Friday, this week.
A little bit messy, a little bit good. But yeah, we do it on every social media platform, on Reddit. You can also check us out on our Patreon Discord. You can go to Blue Sky. You can go to our Facebook page. I know, archaic, I know. But we have one of those where we make game submission posts. So check us out there. AJ, can I give you the first game submission?
You can give me the first game submission. You sound excited.
I am in a great mood. As you know from the beginning of this episode, I'm powered by protein now. I'm powered by protein, fitness, and ego. So I love video games that waste people's time. I think they're super fun. I think they are a game you play until you realize that it's wasting your time. This one comes to us.
Digimon World Next Order. I'm familiar.
This game comes to us from our Reddit page from Carsonic at Nip, a number station simulator. Do you remember when number stations were fucking hot. Like
I
hot
think
shit.
they still are. Like I think people talked about them for a little bit, but I think the number stations are just a thing that exists in the world, and I don't know what they're for.
They are for their ways of doing coded messages. Like a lot of them is still being used by like Eastern European militaries and stuff like that. You know, like how what's it called? A Tor, like the dark internet exists because it was created by the government, so there was an anonymous place for them to communicate. Rather, if they were talking on like a private thing, anybody could be doing it. It's kind of similar. It's like, hey, you're broadcasting it out there in the open, not saying who it is. It could be anybody, and there's so many of them that that's what helps it stay anonymous of like what they're for, who's doing it.
So just number stations or just any random jag deciding to make a cool code and launching it out there?
If you want, yeah, there's plenty of examples of people doing pirate radio, or not pirate radio, guerrilla. Is it guerrilla radio or pirate
guerrilla
radio?
Number stations?
Guerrilla number stations, yeah, dude. And then like tales coming out about them and like creepypastas that evolve from them. I would love the people that fixate on number stations are some of the most hyper fixated people I have ever met. Like my brother was super into number stations for a long time. He absorbed any piece of media that had to do with number stations.
What did he discover?
Nothing. Absolutely
Whoa.
nothing.
Okay. Fascinating.
No, because they're not obviously like any coded language. It's not meant to be understood. It's not.
Well, that's not true. If it's coded language, it's meant to be understood. Like,
but
that's
not
maybe
by
not by everybody.
people.
But if he dedicated so much time to it and had nothing to show for it, clearly he did something wrong. Sorry to your brother, but I think he needs to get back in there and find out what those goddamn numbers mean.
It's not a success story; it's a failure through and through. But
So, have you ever heard of anybody that has a success story with a number station?
No, because nobody would know. Like, if like a number station comes on, where like once every 24 hours somebody comes on and says yellow banana 1113. There's no fucking leads on that. There's no way to figure out where that is.
So then, who's it for?
It's for people that are actively listening for those communications.
Okay, so a number station is
just
you
screaming out to
Blake
the void
Ray
for
have
the
a
people
bunch
that
of
know what to look
numbers
for.
and letters and like you have a billion different things that you're going to shout out. And me, a sleeper cell, would sit around and just leave the number station on 24/7. Like,
or roughly when it's like there's like any coded phrase or coded anything, there's going to be your key that unlocks the code. So like your key would be like, hey, you're given a key and you're going to be told, like in this situation, probably a time that password is going to be coming on. So it's like, hey, key is this number, or the key is rot 15, so rotate 15.
So you and I would need to each be Are they talking to each other? Are the number stations talking to each other?
I mean, they could be. That's the mystery. AJ, you're asking me like this case has been solved. It's not. That's what's fascinating about it.
None cases have been solved.
I don't know. Maybe like people have been. I think like the only solved case like I could imagine happening is like they know, hey, these are coming out of Russia. That's like as far as you're gonna go, or it's like some guerrilla kid gets busted and like you found out all the shit he was saying means nothing, but he was just doing it because he wanted to do an ARG style thing that's popular right now.
Then it's not nothing. It's ARG.
I don't know why you're fixating on this. Like, can a mystery just be a mystery? Either way.
The purpose of a mystery is to be solved. What the fuck do you mean? Can a mystery just be a mystery? No, Blake.
Is Bigfoot ever going to be solved? No, it's not. But it's a mystery.
I've solved it, and I've killed Big Man.
You've
or
killed
Bigfoot.
Big Man, the off-brand Bigfoot. He's on the East Coast, not the West Coast.
East Coast's Big Man.
East Coast Big Man. East Coast Big Man. No, let's go back.
Let's rewind. Tell me about the number station.
This video game cannot be solved, but we are going to. Are you familiar with like the cicada? What did I call it?
We talked about this before.
Yes.
You pronounced it wrong again right now. Cicada, Blake. That's what the bug is called.
I was gonna say literally my joke was gonna be.
We've literally done this before.
Remember when I pronounced it wrong and like I just did it just cicada.
You just did it again.
Fucking
cicada.
I swear to God that was not on purpose. All right, so cicada. There is an element of it. The final phase of it hasn't been solved. What is stopping the people who organize Cicada to be like, hey, the first two are solvable, but the third one is, we're just going to fucking troll on these fuckers. We are going to make something that means gobbledygook bullshit. Okay. And we're going to let people fixate on it for all time. I want to do that, but with number stations.
Okay. I want to give Number Station Simulator is a video game where you are attempting to build as much rapport for your gobbledygook as possible.
You are a person. Here's the layout of the game. It is a Five Nights at Freddy's style game where you are a person at a desk. You cannot move. You can just interact with what's in front of you. You have a couple different radios. You have some old tube radios. You have some modern radios. You have UHF, DUHF. You have analog. You have digital. You have. I just said the same thing back to back, but it sounds different.
It sounded different.
You have, what's it called?
You have all the major
FM,
forms of radio.
AM. Yeah, and your goal is like through the game is you're just going to have to like fuck with each radio until you find something on one of the radios, and then you just have to do note-taking. It's a note-taking game where you have to be like, okay, this was said at this time, and this was the code. And then maybe that gives you a lead of like what your next radio to listen to or what radio you need to fuck with next to get that thing. And maybe just to really lean into the element that this thing is wasting your time, you can actually, I changed my mind. This isn't a game where you are locked in. You can get up and just go interact with shit around your room. You can do stuff.
I want to lean in onto the being locked into one spot. I love this. So here,
okay.
let me pick this up for a little bit. Keep running with it. You have the 5 radios. You can tune into 5 different numbers stations. Mm-hmm. Your goal is to crack all of the codes because these 5 number stations are talking to each other and they are going to bring about the end of the world. Uh-huh. They are speaking in code. Your whole goal is to I love the Five Nights at Freddy's. 5 Nights at Freddy's. They are talking to each other and in 5 days they are going to kill everybody. Mm-hmm. You have to basically loop over and over and over and over and over until you are able to solve their codes, understand what their messages to each other are, and then ruin their plans.
Yes, but the cool game that should not be played element is like you can never solve their plans.
What if you can solve their plans?
Well, you want to make an actual playable game?
I want to make a playable game that takes like 25 loops through the game in order to solve.
Let me do this for you then. I am okay with that. I will secede and say, yes, this game is actually a game that can be beaten, but it is a rogue style game where every run, the puzzles and language at play changes. So it is like a game of Mortuary Assistant where it's like, hey, the symbols that are at play, the clues that are at play, it all changes. Because like if this game has one solution, then it's boring. You know, you could just like do a couple of runs, figure out and start to understand what language they're using.
Unless we're playing with time in a real nefarious way. If it's a Five Nights at Freddy's game and we expect the player to have to play through it multiple times, we can leave clues for parts of the game at the beginning all the way at the end of the 5th day. Meaning that if somebody wants to actually solve these riddles, they would have to go through this 5-day simulation 22 times.
You've lost me. I have no idea how you reached that math. Can you show your homework?
Yeah. You have 5 days. These little bots are going to be talking to each other the whole dang time. But at some point, there's going to be a word that you can crack. You'll crack the word the. But you can't crack the word the until like day 4. Meaning that the entire time you're going through this game trying to like find out their puzzles, the first actual breakthrough doesn't happen or can't happen until the 4th day.
Okay, so you're
roughly 40 minutes of gameplay in, you get your first breakthrough.
Mm-hmm.
And we littered the clues and breakthrough points of the puzzles that spaced out. Leaving the player there scrambling, struggling, trying to solve things, knowing that they won't get the clues to solve anything for another 45 to 55 minutes of gameplay time.
Okay, so it's like interesting. I like that. What is the justification that your character knows that information on their following runs? Like, does time reset? Time
resets. Everybody's reset. The evil guys have put everybody into a time loop.
I was gonna say, like, maybe the world doesn't end, but you are told that in 5 days you found out, like, hey, you're a member of this secretive, like, Reddit group that loves to crack mysteries or something like that, and you are part of that, and you are all trying to crack this case together. You, the player, get a message, hey, in 5 days, they're going to crack your location, and they're going to find out where you are, and this secretive organization is going to come for you and get you. What does that mean? Who knows? But when you obviously fail, your first time, because it's just like you don't have any of the rogue, like you haven't picked up any of the codes that carry through to your next playthrough or whatever, your information is picked up by another one of your Reddit members, and maybe the look of their desk changes, the look of their just like personality things is like, hey, you're at the first desk you're at looks like Neo's desk from the Matrix. The next desk looks like a gamer e-girl's desk. The next desk after that, just something to shift it up to tell you it's like, hey, it's not the same person solving this. It is a group of Redditors that came together to solve this. And, all of the stuff.
I like that.
Yeah, just something to justify. It's a rogue game, but it's not like your character is an undead player or, there's some time loop going on. There's just like some grander mystery that a bunch of people are trying to solve, which is how a lot of these ARGs are. It's like it's built off of, the collaboration of people on the internet. And I think that's a really lovely energy and a really fun kind of like thing I want to bring to the game. This sounds like a good video game, though. I feel like it needs some stank. It needs some stank, or do you want to give me another video game?
I'm going to give you a different video game. This submission comes from N on our Patreon Discord. A fighting game where every playable character is a different Joker. Cesar Romero, the Joker. Jack Nicholson, the Joker. Heath Ledger, the Joker. Persona, Joker.
Did we ever confirm? Like, I have not watched the second Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix.
Joker.
I hear he gets killed at the end by Heath Ledger's Joker. Which is
probably
wild.
Isn't true.
I mean, no. They from what I've heard, they heavily suggest that. Like, he looks up and in the mirror is like this guy that's been stalking him this whole time. And in that reflection, you can see them giving them, after they kill Joaquin, they like draw the smiling scars on their face.
I would have to give Joker 2 the time of day in order to find out if that's true or not. Which I don't plan on doing.
You just can't be done. But
like,
I just
who
think
are some other Jokers from media though?
The anime Joker from the new Isekai Joker.
Right.
Isekai,
Suicide Squad Isekai Joker.
Yes, and then there's also the Joker from the Arkham Asylum games.
What if we start jumping out of that Joker and start talking about some of the other Jokers that could exist, like Joker from Persona or Joker from Bellatra?
All right, you know what? You've sold me. That is excellent.
And you know what? I know that he doesn't, like, he uses it as like a bunch of his special moves and doesn't really like identify with the name, but I'm going to throw in Johnny Guilty Gear because he's the Joker.
Is that his name?
He has like 4 moves that use the word Joker in it. He's got like Joker Trick, Joker Cut.
I think that sounds like a fighting style, not like that's his moniker.
Okay.
I say pass. But we do have Joker from Fire Force.
We do have Fire Force Joker.
Fictional character.
Wait, who's Fire Force Joker? Oh, right, that guy. I remember Fire Force Joker. Thank you for reminding me about him.
Oh, show me other Jokers. I don't want to see this Joker, boring Joker. Fuck. All right. You just type in Joker character and then
and you're just gonna find Joaquin Phoenix is the Joker or Heath Ledger's the Joker.
Yeah, just
Blake, we gotta dig deep. What if we hit up Blake? If you're gonna use the internet, why don't you go ahead and pull up Media Tropes Joker
named Joker. Okay, characters named Joker. What's his face from One Piece is often called Joker.
One Piece Joker.
Is that supposed to be what's his face? The guy that can control like
the thread guy, Don Quixote do Flamingo.
Do Flamingo, and
his alias was Joker.
And then Joker from Persona, the Jonkler, which is like kind of the internet creation of the Joker.
Of course, how could we forget the Jonkler?
It's so stupid. Wow, it's literally, I just type in characters named Joker, and it's literally just, it's just so fucking much DC stuff. Okay, Joker, Flames of Rika, Mr. Joker, a Joe Carpenter, or Joe Carpenter.
Mr. Joker's just the Joker again. I don't want.
No.
I need no more green-haired Jokers.
No, this is not the DC Joker. This is Mr. Joker or Joe Carpenter in Ready or Die, the movie. The Joker, the wild cards. Joker, a race of super beings in Terry Pratchett's novel, The Dark Side of the Sun.
Whoa.
Joker, a character from Black Butler, Book of Circus. Joker from
Black Butler has a Joker. Of course it does.
Oh, there's also a Joker. I guess a Joker in Kamen Rider.
Joker. Yeah, there is. I know that one actually.
Joker from a character from the Monster Rancher series. Joker from Suikoden. Joker from Alice in the Country of Hearts. Damn, there's
Blue Exorcist have a Joker? I believe it did.
The Blue Exorcist Joker. That honestly, that feels like a Blue Exorcist moniker. Blue Exorcist Joker. Yeah, it did. Joker's charm. He's like, just looks like a Joker man's. Just a Joker man's.
So this is just a wallpaper saying Joker's charm.
Oh,
I don't think this cat's name is Joker.
This guy's name's Mephisto. What a badass name.
He is a silly little guy. I actually really like that character.
He's silly little guy. All right, cool. So we have a bunch of Jokers. What does a Joker fighting game look like?
What does a Joker fighting game look like? I'm imagining a little bit more ragtag and like. It's not a platform fighter just because the Joker doesn't have that kind of mobility.
What's a fighting game we don't? This is not a world I'm super plugged into. So what is a fighting game we don't see a lot of?
Ooh, I got it. I know exactly what kind of fighting game this is. This is a 3v3 fighter, like a Marvel vs. Capcom style.
Well, I was going to say, it's
changed my mind. There's a lot of verticality. No, hear me out, because this means that you would end up with a fight when every matchup's going to have 6 Jokers in it. You have to select your team of 3 Jokers and face off against somebody else's team of 3 Jokers.
I feel I want to do the team-based idea. That sounds fun, but it doesn't have any stank to me. It doesn't have any like. It's like, all right, that's like so many other fighting games.
That's a normal 3v3 fighter. Yeah. I see.
Is there like what's a fighting game that kind of does it weird? Like, stick fight is standard 1v1. Like, here's what I'm trying to go for. I want to do a fighting game that has a weird twist on it. Like Nidhogg, I think is exactly what I'm thinking of, where it's like, hey, it's a 1v1 and you're trying to fight to the other side of the screen, and there's a bunch of things that you can pick up along the way that change your fighting style.
Let's smash these a little bit together, because there is like 2 types of fighting games. There is position-based fighting games, and there is health-based fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The position-based ones would be Smash Bros, would be Nidhogg, would be Stick Fight, and then health-based fighting games would be your Guilty Gear, your Tekken, your etc. Your Marvel vs. Capcom.
Isn't Smash a health-based one?
It has a percentage, but that percentage increases how far you are launched. I would not qualify that as a health one.
Yeah, but if
I
you
qualify
get to
that as a
300,
position-based one.
You're dead. Like
You're not guaranteed to be dead. Heavier characters very often don't die until they hit like 140 because they're very heavy. And you can lose a stock as early as 10% if you get hit with a good dunk. So it's a position game.
All right, you've convinced me. All right.
So what if this was a 3v3 position game? Because the position games, they don't have summons, typically speaking.
I have it for you. I want to do something very weird. I want this to be a fighting game, but it plays like FIFA. And what I mean is all of your characters are on the screen at once doing just a fucking brawl. But you can switch between which one you are actively playing at any time. So you have you're playing Joker from Persona. My team is Joker from Persona, Joker from Batman, Joker from Fire Force.
Which Batman?
What's my favorite Joker? Joker from the animated series. I think that's the best Joker.
I am playing with Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker, Heath Ledger's the Joker, and who was the one from the one with the face tattoos?
The guy who sent a used condom to his coworkers.
That one. Who was the weird Joker?
All I know is it's Morbius. It's Morbin time. That's all I know him as. Like, I don't forget his name. I did forget his name. It's Morbin time. It's Morbin time is a catchphrase. No, who plays Morbius? I thought that would immediately give
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. Okay,
I'm running the Jared Leto, Joaquin Phoenix, Heath Ledger triple combo.
Okay, so Morbin time Joker is kicking.
You know
the
what? Hey,
tar.
really quick, why did Owen Wilson never play the Joker?
Was he ever on tap to play him?
I don't think so, and I think that's a crying shame. I think Owen Wilson would make an incredible the Joker.
I think he would make a shitty Joker. I don't know what you're talking about.
What? You think he'd make a bad the Joker?
Yeah, I think he would make a terrible Joker.
I think the fact that he's so weirdly charismatic, yet but also so weirdly, I think he'd make a good Joker.
He is not intimidating. That's the thing. He doesn't even have a quiet insanity intimidating I think Joaquin Phoenix does.
That's what would make him weird.
I think if we're doing all right, I'll give you this. He could make a good 1960s Joker. I don't think a modern dark but also hilarious. I just don't see it because when I think of him, I don't. Dude, I think of the guy who laughs funny, not the guy who's
see, you know who else laughs? You know who else laughs funny, Blake? And this is gonna be a weird one for you, a weird pull for actors, for characters and actors that we know that laugh weird. This weird little guy, he's got green hair, the Joker.
Yeah. No. Okay. Here's why it sounds wrong to me. If Owen Wilson put himself in Joker makeup, I wouldn't think, wow, he's an evil Joker. I think he's just gotten really into the
you think
gigolo
he just looked
culture.
Like a clown, yeah.
No, he just likes the gigolo culture. That's it. That's all I would think.
Wait, you're telling me that if you saw Owen Wilson in clown makeup, you would assume immediately he's an ICP fan?
Yes, 100%. I would. He strikes me because he has that kind of Midwestern look, which I feel that's ICP's culture is just middle America. Small town America people that just want their community. That's the vibe I get from Owen Wilson. All right, coming down to mechanics though. I think I'm on top lane or top whatever, Super Smash Bros. Style. I am getting the tar kicked out of me as Joker from Persona, and you're kicking the tar out of
Heath
him.
Ledger's the Joker is beating the hell out of this 16-year-old boy.
Awesome. But I see that I'm losing this fight, but I see at the bottom left corner, oh shit, Joker from not Soul Eater, from Fire Force is hanging on by a thread. He's just hanging off the edge. I can then press my arrow button or something to cycle to that Joker, and then you will start fighting an AI while I am fighting as the regular
thing. This is
thing.
very good. I love this.
But there's a caveat here. Because I feel you could easily fall into a cycle of you see that I have swapped. If there's any indication that I swap to that character, Like there's a thing that hovers over me like an arrow. What's stopping you from just teleporting to the person that person's fighting? I kind of like the idea that you as the player and you as your opponent doesn't know.
You have no idea where the other human player is.
Yes. So it's like you could be fighting a bot while I'm taking advantage of fighting your bot or something.
And we could both be fighting the other one thinking, wow, this person's dog shit, meaning while we're fighting each other.
Yes. And of course, as you know, a person gets kicked out, gets thrown off of the ledge or something, you can now only swap between those two characters. And
I love this, actually.
What prevents it from, getting fucking dogpiled? Say
Nothing.
you're okay, so it's like you're three characters. You ended up kicking the shit out of my Fire Force Joker. He gets tossed off a ledge. Now it's 2v3. Is there a way of balancing that out?
No, be good. Be good at this video game.
Be good at video game. Be good.
I love this. All three stocks are happening all at once. You were dependent on the computer to do decent. Blake, I honestly think this is a game. The problem is we have to figure out a name. I think I have one for you.
Yeah. Hit me with it.
What's this Joker doing? No? Okay. What's
lame.
Yours then?
Okay.
It's kind of lame.
I was thinking something mobbing, it's like Joker mob Joker.
Those are nothing.
It's Joker time.
We could do Oops All Jokers.
Oops All Jokers. That's it. That's really funny, actually. Oops All Jokers.
That's a video game for us then.
What's that TV series? It's such a fucking dumb series. Classical Jokers.
Shit my dad said.
Shit my dad said. Classic.
Wrong sitcom?
No. Classic. No, it's Practical. No.
Impractical Jokers.
Impractical Jokers. God, what a dumb show. Also,
was that the one where people were mic'd up and told to say whatever the people on the mic said?
Yeah, and it just wasn't funny. It just was so laugh track.
It didn't get much TV time after all.
No, it did. Parents loved the shit out of that show for some reason. Impractical Jokers went on for... oh my God. 270 episodes, AJ. 270 episodes.
We got to go to patch notes, dude.
We got to go to patch notes. Really quickly, though, I will say I want to make one thing, because obviously every Joker will have its own moveset, its own powers. I will say the Joker from Balatro is randomly assigned its abilities at the beginning of the game, or the beginning of the match, because there's the whole gimmick of Balatro is there's so many different Jokers with so many different power-ups that it's just you're just playing random
superpowers. Yeah.
Random superpowers as Mr. Balatro Joker. All right, let's go to patch notes. Hey, everybody. I have been sitting front row seat this last week to all the crazy shit that happened in Los Angeles. A lot of scary shit, a lot of wild shit, and just saying, stay informed, stay active, fight for the things that you believe in. And I think a lot of the shit that's happening right now is pretty abhorrent and pretty fucking bad. So AJ put on my radar that there is this really good protest that is going to be happening all across America called No King's Day.
If you go right now to nokings.org, you will find a myriad of maps and information about a large-scale protest that is going to be happening on the 14th across the nation. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a large show of presence to remind Donald Trump that we are not interested in the way he is actively trying to destroy our country. All of this sucks. We need to be out in the streets telling them that we don't like it. It's that simple. I highly recommend that you go check this out and use this as a really good springboard to find other groups and communities that you can join to help your local areas. With that being said, we are going to put the show down here. Thank you all so much for listening. As always, our intro and outro is Cheap Shot by Anamanaguchi, an excellent song from an excellent band for an excellent game. I've been one of your hosts, AJ Hart.
And I have been your other host, Blake Rhea.
This has been Spiritual Successor, and these are cool games
that should not be made.